We like Ant-Man and you should too. It was incredible, but we'll be explaining that in a much later video. Today, we're going to look at some of the Easter eggs. Now, keep in mind, this will have spoilers for the movie, and this is all of the Easter eggs that I found in the movie and the ones that I could find online. But the director has stated that there are 3 more that no one has found yet, so when those come out, we'll make a different video for it. And if you found one that we're not mentioning, let me know in the comments down below. Now at the start of the film, we see Howard Stark and Peggy Carter. Both of these characters have been important to the overall universe of Marvel, with Howard Stark being Tony's father and the man that paved the way for Captain America, and Peggy Carter being one of his main love interests. But what's also cool is that this takes place in the S.H.I.E.L.D. headquarters of Triskelon, which is where Winter Soldier mostly takes place, only in Winter Soldier, it's much more advanced by the time we get there. Tales to Astonish is mentioned by Darren Cross, and this is a reference to Ant-Man's actual first appearance because he appeared in Tales to Astonish number 27. Mitchell Carson is in the movie as an old man who works for the government, but he's one of the primary villains of the third Ant-Man, Eric O'Grady. He's actually a low-level S.H.I.E.L.D. agent who gets his face burned by Eric. Speaking of people who are villains, the character Yellowjacket is not a major supervillain in the comics. He is actually Hank Pym in an alternate suit, which I guess you could assume is a villain because Hank Pym is kind of a bad guy at times, but not to the scale that he is in the movie. And even more on the villains, one of the men that shows up to buy Darren Cross's technology has a tattoo of the 10 Rings of Mandarin. So that proves that they are still around and still active, just like Hydra apparently. Jack is located on Scott's name tag when he's working at Baskin & Robbins, and this is a mention to Jack Kirby. Or it could be a mention to Jack of Hearts, since it's actually over his heart, and Jack of Hearts is the man that kills Scott Lang during Avengers Disassembled. Hope Van Dyne, which is Hank Pym's daughter in the movie, is not the same girl in the comics. She is in fact a villain from another universe known as the Red Queen, but I severely doubt that that's the direction that Marvel's going with this. Pingo Doce soda can be found on posters around Scott, and it's the soda company that Bruce Banner pretends to work for in the Hulk movie and the soda that kills Stan Lee in that movie. And here I thought Marvel wanted to pretend that the Hulk movies never happened, but they did happen, but they didn't happen. Marvel was very confusing on that one. Milgrams Hotel is a reference to Al Milgram, who drew issues of the West Coast Avengers with Ant-Man as the security expert for that team. The Quantum Realm is actually known as the Microverse in the universe of Marvel, and many of the superheroes of Marvel have been there, gone on adventures, and they have their own superheroes, kings, queens, and like their own stories over there. When Luis is sneaking into Pym Technologies, he's actually whistling the theme to A Whole New World, a Disney property, and since Disney bought Marvel, that kind of makes sense. During the fight scene where she's training Scott Lang, Hope Van Dyne is shown wearing a black shirt with yellow stripes. Now this is a very close outfit to the color scheme that is used in the original Wasp costume, so it gets you thinking that she might eventually become the Wasp, but then in the mid-credits scene, we are shown the Wasp suit that was supposed to be made for Janet, but then she's super shrunk down and all that stuff happened. At the end of the movie, when Falcon is looking for Ant-Man, he asks his contact for superpowered human beings, and she references people who can jump, which is probably Daredevil, and then someone who can swing and one that can climb walls, both probably references to Spider-Man. The fun fact about this one is that Kevin Feige has basically stated that this was an unintentional hint at Spider-Man joining the MCU, because when they recorded this, they hadn't finalized that deal yet. They thought it would just be a fun nod. And then lastly, in the post-credits scene, we can see that Ant-Man is going to be joining Captain America's side in the Civil War movie coming up very soon. I'm excited about that. And that's all the ones that I found, and I researched and discovered that other people have found. But like I said, they are claiming that there is at least 3 more really good ones. One of which is when we first go into Hank Pym's house, the director said to look around for all the shrunken stuff. And some of the theories that I've been seeing is that the stuff that's been shrunken is the masks to the other Hank Pym costumes. But I don't know, I couldn't find any validation on that. I'm Benny for CTV, and if you want to chat about this or let us know about any Easter eggs we missed, follow us on Twitter @Comicstorian, and make sure you follow us on Instagram @Comicstorian. I'll see you guys next time right here.